Welcome back to our SST class. Welcome back after 10 minutes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So we'll continue with our history lesson number 2. And in a previous class, we have completed till here. That means we have seen that how apart from getting the royal charter from the king, many other trading groups also came here in India to trade with the Indian markets. And then we have also seen that all of these trading groups demanded the same thing. And what happened when they demanded the same thing? What happened when they demanded the same thing?
The price grew higher.
Yes, the price grew higher. And when the price raised, then what happened? Were the European companies getting the profit?
Low profit.
Yes, they were getting not that much profit that they were earning earlier. And then what they had started? They started,
Fighting.
yes, they started fighting. They started fierce battle among themselves. Just for what? Just to eliminate the कॉम्पिटिटर्स राइवल कॉम्पिटिटर्स अपने जो अगेंस्ट में दूसरी कंपनीज थी उनको हटा देना यहाँ इंडिया के मार्केट से वो उनका मेन इंटेंशन हो गया एंड फॉर दिस दे स्टार्टेड having a fierce battle among the companies and then how this battle was fought we have seen how this battle was fought.
They sank each other's ships and blocked
Yes,
routes.
yes, good. First, they sank each other's ship. Second, we have seen they blockade the routes,
Block.
block कर दिया routes को. Then prevented the ships from moving with the supplies of goods. Goods को साथ ले जाने से उन्होंने एक दूसरे की ships को prevent करना शुरू कर दिया मतलब एक दूसरे की शिप्स वो गुड्स नहीं ले जा सकती थी ले जाने नहीं दिया भारत से बाहर नहीं ले जाने देते थे वो सो दे प्रिवेंटेड ड्राइवर शिप्स फ्रॉम मूविंग विद सप्लाईज ऑफ गुड्स वो रोकते थे अपने कॉम्पिटिटर्स की शिप्स को गुड्स के साथ बाहर जाने के लिए क्लियर सो दीज वर द यस
And they keep weapons with them.
हाँ so for to avoid all this now they started keeping the arms means weapons and they started themselves protecting through the fortification अपना आप को वो बहुत अच्छा प्रोटेक्टिव मेथड से वो अब सेल करने लग गए साथ में गुड्स के then what happened due to this the local rulers were very much disturbed and their conflict started with the local rulers also clear till here now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wait a second. Wait, some network issue is there. Some problem is there. Wait a second, beta. Are you all able to
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am.
Are you all able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Some network issue was there, some other screen came. So now we'll continue. Now East India Company begins trade in Bengal. Now how East India Company begins trade in Bengal. Now slowly, East India Company started establishing its trade in different parts of India. Now, first English factory was set up on the banks of River Hooghly in 1651. Underline this, very much important as very short question. Where was the first English factory set up? Where was the first English factory set up?
On the banks of Hooghly River.
Very good. On the banks of River Hooghly. And in which year, beta? In which year?
1651.
Very good.
1651.
Yes.
1651.
Yes, 1651, first English factory was set up on the banks of River Hooghly, and this was the base from which the company traders, known as at that time as factors, operated. That means this was the base. Which was the base? Near River Hooghly. This English factory was the base from which the company traders came to be known as factors. Company traders were known as factors. Clear?
Factor.
When they established the English factory, they came to be known as factors.
Factors.
The factory had the warehouse where goods for export were stored. Now, factory has what? A warehouse.
Warehouse.
Warehouse, a type of store, है ना? Where things are stored. एक तरीके का स्टोर हाउस टाइप बोल सकते हैं हम, जहाँ पर थिंग्स स्टोर करके रखा जाता है. सो अ फैक्ट्री वाज हैविंग अ वेयर हाउस वेयर गुड्स फॉर एक्सपोर्ट वर stored. Now whatever goods to be exported to Europe again, that was stored in the warehouse. Clear? In which factory? In English factory, which was established on the banks of the river Hooghly. Clear this much? And it had offices where company officials sat. Now this factory also had the offices where the company officials used to sit and take decisions. Clear this much? Now first factory
Yes,
was
sir.
set up on the river Hooghly in 1651. That factory, as soon as that factory was established, these company traders were called as factors. Now this factory also had the warehouse where the company used to keep the goods for export to the European market. Clear? And even the officers, the company officers were also had a sitting in this English factory. Clear? As trade expanded, the company persuaded merchants and traders to come and settle near the factory. Now, as the trade was expanding, day to day, the trade of East India Company was expanding here in India. And then company persuaded. Company persuaded means company pressurized the merchants. Who are the merchants? Merchants are the people who are indulged in import and export. ट्रेडर्स व्यापारियों को उन्होंने प्रेशराइज करना शुरू कर दिया टू कम एंड सेटल नियर द फैक्ट्री. क्लियर? अब जो मर्चेंट जो इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट में रेडी थे, जो कंपनी की तरफ से इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट ट्रेडर्स थे, उन्होंने उनको प्रेशराइज करना शुरू कर दिया कि वो भी आकर के फैक्ट्री के पास रहना शुरू कर दे. By 1696, it began building a fort around the settlement. Now, not only they started forcing the merchants to settle near the factory, but they also started building a fort around the settlement. जहाँ पर वो फैक्ट्री ईस्ट इंडिया फैक्ट्री लगाई उन्होंने पहले, वहां पर मर्चेंट्स और को फोर्स करा, स्टोर हाउस बनाया, कंपनी ऑफिशियल सेट किए, कंपनी ऑफिशियल्स वहां कर रुकने लग गए. देन मर्चेंट्स को फोर्स किया वहां पर, एंड देन ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड बिल्डिंग द फोर्ट्स. नाउ स्लोली व्हाट इज दिस शोइंग? कंपनी इज एस्टैब्लिशिंग द पावर. अब इस फैक्ट्री के जहां पर वो मर्चेंट्स और ऑफिशियल्स आकर अपना काम करते थे बंगाल में, अब ये लोग ने एक टाइप ऑफ फोर्ट अराउंड द सेटलमेंट बनाना शुरू कर दिया, किले की तरह दीवारें बनाना शुरू कर दिया. Now 2 years later, it bribed Mughal officials into giving the company zamindari rights. Now after 2 years, as soon as the East India Company set up the English factory, after 2 years, they bribed the Mughal officials. उन्होंने मुगल ऑफिशियल्स को ब्राइब किया कि वो उनको जमींदारी राइट्स दे दे. किसकी जमींदारी राइट्स दे दे? ओवर द हाउ मेनी विलेजेस?
3 villages.
3 विलेज के ऊपर उनको जमींदारी राइट्स देने के लिए कंपनी ने अब क्या करा? प्रेशराइज मुगल ऑफिशियल्स को प्रेशराइज करना शुरू कर दिया. आई होप इट इज क्लियर.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, one of these was Calicut, which later grew into the city of Calcutta or Kolkata as it is known today. Now, today we know the name Calcutta by the name Kolkata. Yes, and in the starting it was called as Kalikata. Clear? Then after Kalikata it was given the name as Calcutta, and now you know with the name of Kolkata. Now the company started asking Mughal officials to give the three villages, Jamidari rights of the three villages टू देम एज अ गिफ्ट कि अब उनको वो थ्री विलेजेस का राइट्स देते जमींदारी का एंड अमंग दीज वन वाज कैलिकटा एंड दैट वाज लेटर ऑन नोन एज कोलकाता it also persuaded the Mughal emperors औरंगजेब to issue फरमान नाउ उन्होंने प्रेशराइज करना शुरू कर दिया मुगल एम्पर औरंगजेब को कि वो एक फरमान इशू करे टू ग्रांट द कंपनी द राइट टू ट्रेड ड्यूटी फ्री द राइट टू ट्रेड ड्यूटी फ्री मीन्स यहाँ पर without giving any tax they should be given right to trade. And what do you mean by the word farman? Farman is a royal edict or royal order. Clear? Now what all steps the company had taken as soon as it established the factory? What all steps? What all steps the company started taking?
Make a warehouse.
First of all, they came to be known as factors. Then,
They make a warehouse.
yes, they had a warehouse where goods can be kept for export. Then, third, official set offices were built near the
A room.
offices were there for the officials. Then, fourth, what did company did? Persuaded, pressurized the merchants and traders to settle near the factory. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, what thing he did after 2 years? What company asked? After 2 years, company asked over the zamindari rights. After 2 years, company asked zamindari rights from Mughal officials. Over how many villages?
Three villages.
Over three.
Privilege.
And one of these was
Kolkata.
Kalikata.
one of these
Kolkata.
was Kalikata, which is today called as Kolkata.
Kolkata.
After this, another step that my company took was it persuaded. Persuaded means forced. Persuaded means you can write down the meaning over there only, beta, in your book with the pencil. Persuaded means forced or pressurized. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb क्या प्रेशराइज किया? What did the company pressurize the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to issue the फरमान?
Farmer.
फरमान फरमान बोला इशू करने के लिए बोला. What is a फरमान? It is a royal order. So the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb was asked to issue the Farman. What was the Farman about? To grant
A royal order.
yes, the royal edict to grant the company the right to trade duty free. Right to trade duty free means without any tax they will be getting right to trade here in India. I hope it is clear now. Next, the company tried continuously to press for more concessions and manipulate existing privileges. Now, what they completed? Now, the company now is trying its best to get more and more profit from your Mughal rulers. Now, it continuously pressed for more concessions. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वो concessions की बात करने लगे मुगल रूलर से and manipulate existing privileges और जो भी उनको privileges मिल रहे थे उनका वो गलत फायदा उठाने लगे मीन्स थोड़ा सा उनको प्रिविलेज देते थे बट वो उसका बहुत ज्यादा क्या करते थे, प्रिविलेज ले लेते थे. So Aurangzeb's Farman, for instance, now example is given, the Farman which was issued by Aurangzeb had granted only the company the right to trade duty free. सिर्फ कंपनी को ड्यूटी फ्री राइट दिया था औरंगजेब के फरमान ने. बट व्हाट डिड ऑफिशियल्स डिड, ऑफिशियल ऑफ द कंपनी हु वर कैरिंग ऑन प्राइवेट ट्रेड on the side were expected to pay duty. This they refused to pay, causing an enormous loss of revenue of Bengal. अब कंपनी को मना कर दिया कि ठीक है आप ड्यूटी फ्री ट्रेड करेंगे, बट द ऑफिशियल्स विच वर कैरिंग द ट्रेड ऑल्सो प्राइवेटली, जो कंपनी के ऑफिशियल्स थे वो अपना खुद का भी प्राइवेट ट्रेड स्टैब्लिश करने में लगे हुए थे यहाँ पर. सो दे ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड not paying the taxes and all to the Mughal rulers, and this was the loss for the revenue of Bengal for the Mughal rulers. आ रही बात समझ में कि मीन्स उनको थोड़ा बहुत प्रिविलेज दिया जाता था और वो उसका गलत फायदा उठाते थे और वो अपना कुछ और ज्यादा बेनिफिट ले लेते थे. And for with this it resulted in the loss of revenue of Bengal. बंगाल को बहुत ज्यादा इससे लॉस हुआ. How could the Nawab of Bengal Murshid Quli Khan not protest? जब इतना कुछ नुकसान हो रहा था, then the question arises that when this type of loss was there, then why the Nawab of Bengal, at that time the Nawab of Bengal was, who was the Nawab of Bengal? Murshid Quli Khan. He was starting protesting against the Britishers now. आ रही बात समझ में? So previously it came as traders, now they are asking for the zamindari rights, and after getting zamindari rights, now they wanted to trade here without giving any tax. Clear? Now how trade led to battles. Now the next topic of this lesson is how the trade led to battles. कैसे ये ट्रेड लड़ाइयाँ झगड़े शुरू किए इस ट्रेड से. Through the early 18th century, the conflict between the company and the Nawabs of Bengal intensified. Means through the early 18th century. Early 18th century में जब conflict between now company and Nawab of Bengal was intensified. अब बहुत ज़्यादा conflicts आपस में झगड़े शुरू हो गए नवाब ऑफ बंगाल में और कंपनी में. Why? Because now company was taking more and more benefits, and due to which the Bengal was suffering from great revenue loss. So now the conflict between company and Nawab was intensified. Intensified means becoming more. Clear? After the death of Aurangzeb, the Bengal Nawab asserted their power and autonomy as other regional powers were doing at that time. Now, as soon as the death of the Aurangzeb, the Bengal Nawabs, what the Bengal Nawabs do, they started establishing their own power. They started claiming their own authority, and as the other रूलर्स वर डूइंग, जैसे दूसरे रूलर्स कर रहे थे वैसे बंगाल के नवाब भी, उन्होंने भी अपना खुद का रीजनल पावर क्लेम करना शुरू कर दिया अपने रीजन में. मुर्शिद कुली खान वाज फॉलोड बाय अलीवर्दी खान.
मैम मैं ना क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया मैम, मेरी अटेंडेंस लगवा ली.
हाँ, आई हैव मार्क्ड अटेंडेंस एज सून एज आई हैड एडमिटेड यू जस्ट नाउ. आई हैड मार्क्ड बेटा अटेंडेंस.
मैम नेटवर्क इशू की वजह से और ज्वाइन ही नहीं हो पा रही थी.
कोई बात नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा. So after the death of Aurangzeb, Murshid Quli Khan was followed by Alivardi Khan. So after Aurangzeb, who sat, who had claimed the power, regional power? Murshid Quli Khan. Who was Murshid Quli Khan? The Nawab of Bengal. ठीक है. औरंगजेब की डेथ के बाद मुर्शिद कुली खान ने भी अपना रीजनल पावर शो करा, अपना क्लेम कर दिया और कि इस रीजन पे अब मैं रूल करूंगा. एंड आफ्टर मुर्शिद कुली खान हूँ अलीवर्दी खान, एंड देन सिराजुद्दौला as the Nawab of Bengal. So one after other, all the Nawabs were becoming now the powerful rulers of Bengal. Clear? Aurangzeb, after Aurangzeb, Murshid Quli Khan. Murshid Quli Khan after Ali Vardi Khan. After Ali Vardi Khan. After Ali Vardi Khan, Sirajuddaulah. After Ali Vardi Khan,
Sirajuddaulah.
Sirajuddaulah became the Nawab of Bengal. Clear? Now each one of them was a strong ruler. हर एक strong ruler था. They refused to grant the company concessions. Now each one of them refused to give any type of concession, any type of gifts, any type of privilege to the company, and demanded large tributes for the company right to trade. और उन्होंने कंपनी से बहुत बड़ा बड़ा प्राइस या वी कैन से टैक्स लेना शुरू कर दिया कि अगर आपको ट्रेड करना है यहाँ पर भारत में, बंगाल में, देन यू हैव टू पे द ट्रिब्यूट. आपको कुछ आपको पैसा देना पड़ेगा या टैक्स देना पड़ेगा बंगाल में. डिनाइड इट एनी राइट टू मिंट कॉइन्स. और क्या मना करा? नवाब ने मना करा कंपनी को कि आप अपना कोई भी कॉइन्स मिंट नहीं करोगे, अपना कोई भी पहले कॉइन्स चलाते थे, वी कैन से रूलर्स अपने अपने कॉइन्स चलाते थे ना, अपनी राजा की फोटो वगैरह होती थी उस पे. सो नाउ द कंपनी ऑल्सो डिनाइड मीन्स रिफ्यूज दैट नाउ कंपनी विल मिंट नो कॉइन्स. अपने खुद के सिक्के यहाँ इंडिया में नहीं चलाएगी. एंड स्टॉप इट फ्रॉम एक्सटेंडिंग इट फोर्टिफिकेशन. और नवाब ने कंपनी को रोका कि वो अब कोई भी अपने लिए फोर्टिफिकेशन, फोर्ट्स या स्ट्रॉन्ग बाउंड्रीज नहीं बनाएगी यहाँ पर भारत में. क्लियर? व्हाट ऑल डिमांड्स वर मेड बाय दीज नवाब्स बाय टू द कंपनी? हेलो.
Yes, ma'am.
What were the demands? What were the demands of the Nawabs? As each of the Nawabs were very much strong, बहुत strong थे Nawabs. They refused what?
That no one will mint coins.
First of all, they refused to grant concessions. कोई भी privilege नहीं दिया जाएगा. Second,
To pay tax.
yes, they to pay the tax to trade. Third,
Not to mint coin.
yes, not mint coins, अपने सिक्के नहीं चलाएंगे. And fourth,
And stopped it for extending its fortification.
fortification. Yes, they will not extend any fortification. अपने लिए कोई भी strong boundaries नहीं बनाएंगे, forts नहीं बनाएंगे. Clear? Protection के लिए. Hello, Siddharth. Keep your audio off. Siddharth, keep your audio off. Accusing the company of deceit, they claimed that the company was depriving the Bengal government of huge amounts of revenue and undermining the authority of the Nawab. Now, what was the viewpoint of these Nawabs? That the company वो क्या थी, उनके लिए बहुत ही बंगाल के लिए रेवेन्यू लॉस कर रही है और एक तरीके से वो डिसीट कर रही है. डिसीट मीन्स हेलो.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what does the word deceit means? धोखा देना. डिसीट मीन्स
धोखा.
है ना, वो कंपनी उनको धोखा दे रही है, या वी कैन से दैट एक तरीके से जिसके लिए वो आई थी ट्रेड करने के लिए, मगर वो ट्रेड के साइड में वो और भी बहुत कुछ नुकसान पहुंचा रही है भारत में आकर के. सो अक्यूजिंग द कंपनी ऑफ द डिसीट, उस पे नवाब ने कंपनी के ऊपर ये अक्यूज मीन्स ये इल्जाम लगाया, उनको यह बोला कि आप यहाँ पर आकर के क्या कर रहे हो, नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हो रेवेन्यू में. They claim that company was depriving the Bengal government of huge amounts of revenue and undermining the authority of Nawab. और नवाब की अथॉरिटी को वो क्या कर रहे हैं, लाइटली ले रहे हैं कंपनी वाले. क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
It was refusing to pay taxes, writing disrespectful letters. और क्या इन्होंने इल्जाम लगाया नवाबों ने कंपनी के ऊपर कि वो एक तो नवाब को पावरफुल नहीं मान रहे हैं. They are refusing, even companies refusing to pay taxes. They are writing disrespectful letters for the Nawabs. That means company officials are writing disrespectful letters for the Nawabs. And they are trying to humiliate the Nawab and his officials. और जो नवाब है और उनके ऑफिशियल्स हैं नवाब के, उनको वो एक तरीके से एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहे हैं, ह्यूमिलेट कर रहे हैं, उनके साथ अच्छा व्यवहार नहीं कर रहे हैं. I hope all this is clear. What all the Nawabs were thinking about company. In this paragraph, we have seen what all Nawabs were thinking about the company. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the company on its part. Now in this paragraph, we will see what now company was thinking. Now the company on its part declared that the unjust demand of the local officials were ruining the trade. अब कंपनी क्या वो बता रही थी, तो कंपनी कह रही थी कि ये जो लोकल नवाब्स है, लोकल ऑफिशियल्स है, ये क्या कर रहे हैं, इनसे जबरदस्ती का डिमांड्स कर रहे हैं ट्रिब्यूट पे करने के लिए, टैक्स पे करने के लिए. एंड ट्रेड कुड फ्लरिश ओनली इफ द ड्यूटीज वर रिमूव. और उनका मानना था कि अगर ये ड्यूटीज, ये टैक्सेस रिमूव कर दिए गए तभी ये लोग ट्रेड अच्छे से कर पाएंगे यहाँ इंडिया में. It was also convinced that to expand trade, it had to enlarge its settlements, and to expand the trade, it had to enlarge its settlements. Means अब एक जगह पर न रह करके वो दूसरी जगह पर भी सेटलमेंट करेंगे, विलेजेस को खरीदेंगे और फोर्ट्स बनाएंगे, तभी कंपनी को फायदा होगा ट्रेड करने के लिए. So these were the views of company officials. पहला जो पैराग्राफ में देखा, it was about the Nawabs. They were thinking that the company was, they were not asking the company to mint any coins, to make any fortification. They were asking large tributes. और वो उनको एक तरीके से पॉइंट आउट कर रहे थे कंपनी को कि they are what? They are the one who are responsible for the loss of revenue for the Bengal, and they are refusing to pay taxes. They are writing disrespectful letters for the Nawabs, and they are humiliating the Nawabs also. This was the viewpoint of Nawabs. Now, on the other side, company was saying that these Nawabs are demanding unjust. The demands of the Nawabs are unjust, because such trade can be not done, is not possible if they will not to do the free trade here. अगर उनको ट्रेड पे टैक्स देना पड़ा, उनको फोर्टिफिकेशन बनाने के लिए मना करना पड़ा, उनको विलेज एक्सटेंड करने के लिए मना करना पड़ा, तो they will not be able to do trade more freely and make profit here. I hope clear, it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
दोनों के व्यू पॉइंट
Yes.
आ गया. The conflict led to confrontation and finally culminated in the famous Battle of Plassey. अब ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स धीरे धीरे बढ़ती गई और फाइनली क्या हुआ, द बैटल ऑफ प्लासी. प्लासी का युद्ध लड़ा गया बिटवीन द ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी एंड द इंडियन रूलर्स. क्लियर टिल हियर एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will continue
Yes, ma'am.
next class with this, the Battle of Plassey. Till then, you read till here, and if anything you are not able to follow, you can ask me in our next class. Any doubt and all, you can clear it. So that's all for today. Thank you.